pleasant good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine and taking good care of your health. Students, I am very happy that few of you are doing your studies very sincerely. At least you people are determined that you are not going to waste your year, as you are attending classes regularly, giving subjective tests, and scoring good marks. Really, thank you to all the students, those who are paying attention, regularly attending the class. And they are obviously Kanishka, Vedahi, Shubh, Shagun, Diksha, Tejas, Karthik, and few more. Very good. Students, today we will continue chapter Active and Passive Voice. I hope the previous lecture is clear to everyone. Today we will do conversion of active to passive voice. So I want you all to be attentive and listen to me very carefully. So I am giving you 2 minutes. Get ready with a fresh mind. So, as we discussed, the verb is said to be in active voice when the subject of the verb is the doer of action, or you can say the subject is actively performing something. And the verb is said to be in the passive voice when the subject of the verb is not doing something, rather it receives the action done by someone or something. As I told you, when we convert active to passive voice, the subject of active will become the object and object will become the subject, and verb is always used in third form. As you know, we need an object that will become subject in the passive voice. That means only transitive verbs can be used in active and passive constructions. Non-transitive, or you can say intransitive, and linking verbs, they cannot be used in passive voice because they don't have objects that could act as a subject of a verb in the passive voice. Then we discussed few rules which are very important for us to remember, that if the subject is in the form of personal pronoun, then I will be changed to me, we will be changed into us, you will remain you, he will be changed into him, she will be changed into her, and they will be changed into them. And when we convert passive to active, the conversion will get reversed. That is, me will be changed into I, us will be changed into we, you will remain you, him will be changed into he, her to she, and them to they. Then we discussed if the subject is not important, then in the passive voice it is not necessary to mention the subject. Then we discussed that if the sentence in active voice is in the negative or interrogative form, same will remain in the passive form. If it is an interrogative sentence, it will remain in the same form in passive voice too. If it is negative, it will remain same in the negative form in passive voice too. So I hope the previous lecture is clear to everyone. Today we will learn conversion of active to passive voice. And for that, tense play an important role, because according to the tenses, today I will tell you the conversion of active to passive voice. Now, first is simple present tense. That means if the sentence is in simple present tense, how will you convert that sentence into passive voice? Now, see, he writes an essay. My parents love me. A poet writes poems, and who looks after these plants? Now, students, pay attention here. Now, here, first of all, I will tell you that he writes an essay. This is an active sentence. Means here he is writing an essay. Subject is doing. Subject is the doer of action. So the verb is in the active voice. Now we have to convert this active voice to passive voice. Now, you see, writes is the verb here. You will see the verb because it is the verb which is going to tell you the sentence is in which tense. Now, here, writes, love, again writes, looks. These are the verbs which tells you that the sentence is in present tense, because here no helping verb is there, so it is simple present tense. Now, if you want to convert this active voice to passive voice, how will you convert? See here. Now, as I told you, object will become the subject and subject will become the object, followed by preposition by used before it. Okay. Now, an essay is written by him. This is the passive voice of this sentence. Now see here. Now if the sentence is in simple present tense, what the rule says, you will use is, am, are. Is, am, are. If the object is singular, you will use is as a helping verb. If the object is plural, you will use are. And if the object is I, you will use am as a verb. Now here, as I told you, an essay. We are talking about single essay. Object is singular. So we will use is as a helping verb. So an essay is written. Now writes will become written. As I told you, when we convert active to passive voice, we use third form of the verb. So writes will become written by, as I told you, followed by the preposition by him. He will become him. Okay. Now next is my parents love me. Now me will become I. I am, love will become loved. Third form, loved by my parents. Next is a poet writes poems. Now see the object poems. Poems is in the plural form. So with the plural object, we will use plural verb. So poems are written by a poet. Who looks after these plants? Now, this is the interrogative sentence. When you convert into passive voice, it will remain in interrogative form. So, how will you write? By whom these plants, by whom are these plants looked after with a question mark? By whom are these plants looked after? So I hope simple present tense is clear to you, that you will use is, am, are plus third form of the verb. An object will become subject and subject will become object, followed by the preposition by. If the sentence is in the simple past tense, like they enjoyed the magic show, did the servant break the glass, how did the police catch the thief, and Rahim did not take the dog for a walk. Now here if you see enjoyed, did not take, all these are the verbs that indicate the sentence is in past tense. And which tense? Simple past tense. So the magic show, here the helping verb instead of is am are, what past verb you will use? Was and were. Was with the singular object and were with the plural object. So the magic show, we are talking about simple magic show. So you will write the magic show was enjoyed. Already enjoyed is the third form. Enjoyed by them. They will become them. Did the servant break the glass? So, was the glass broken by the servant? With a question mark. How did the police catch the thief? How was the thief caught by the police? With a question mark. Rahim did not take the dog for a walk. It will be written in the passive form as the dog was not taken for a walk by Rahim. So this is for simple present tense and simple past tense. Next is simple future tense. What if the sentence is in future tense? It's like we shall grow apples. Now here what you have to do is again shall be plus third form of the verb. Object will become subject and subject will become object. So you will write apples shall be grown by us. Apples shall be grow will become grown by us. We will become us. Will they win the match? Will the match, will the match be won by them? With a question mark. You will not help me. I will not helped by you. Who will do it? By whom will it be done? With a question mark. So I hope simple present, simple past and simple future is clear to you. In simple present, you will identify the sentence that whether the sentence is in which tense. Now if there is no helping verb, that means it is simple present, simple past or simple future. If it is in the first form with s or es, that means it is in the present tense. If it is in the second form, the verb is in the second form, that means past tense. And if will or shall plus first form of is there, that means it is in the future tense. So if it is in the present tense, as I told you, you have to use is am are plus third form of the verb. Subject will become object and object will become subject. Now subject will become object followed by the preposition by, that this action is done by this. By will be used as a preposition. Next is past tense. For the past tense, was and were plus third form of the verb. And for the future tense, will be or shall be plus third form of the verb. Coming to the next tense, that is present continuous, past continuous tense. For the future continuous tense, it cannot be expressed in passive voice. Future continuous tense cannot be expressed in passive voice. So we have to do only present continuous and past continuous. So if we talk about present continuous, now you will see the sentence, you will find that helping verb is there. I am writing a letter, the boys are flying kites, are they selling mangoes? Why is Shefali taking medicine and he is not watching television? Now it is clearly visible that helping verb is there and with the first form of the verb ing is there. That means this is the present continuous tense. Now if the sentence is in present continuous tense, when you convert it into passive voice, you have to remember that is mr will come as it is plus being will be added, being, plus third form of the verb. In passive voice, verb will always come in the third form of the verb. So it will be written as a letter is being written by me. Kites are being flown by the boys. Are mangoes being sold by them? Why is medicine being taken by Shifali? Television is not being watched by him. So I hope present continuous tense is clear to you. Now coming to the past continuous tense, here also you have to add was and were plus being plus third form of the verb. Like she was serving TV, the carpenter was making tables, were the girls watching the match, she was not plucking the flowers. So it will be written as tea was being served by her, tables were being made by the carpenter. Now here in the active voice the verb was making, but when we convert it into passive voice we use were. Why? Because the object tables is in the plural form, and when it become the subject we have to use the plural verb. So tables were being made by the carpenter. Was the match being watched by the girls? And fourth one is flowers were not being plucked by her. Okay, so I hope up till here everyone is clear that how to convert active to passive voice. So revise these rules for 5 tenses: simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, and past continuous. Perfect tense we will discuss in the next class. Okay, so related to that, solve exercise 1 on your own and then match the answers from the solution PDF. If still you have any doubt, you can ask in the Zoom class. Thank you and have a nice day.